After 1 minute, 3 minutes left. The top drivers are David Pyle, Woody Arthur, and
Caution
Todd
at
Murray.
Chad, caution at Chad. Continue caution at Chad, continue caution, clear. Josh getting his steps in back there. All right, David Silius around Woody in the 2, Todd in the 3, Matt in the 4, Jeremy in the 5. Caution at Chad, caution at Chad. All clear. Zach
After
looking
1 minute,
really
30
confident
seconds,
going into this next
the
round.
top drivers are David Pyle,
2:30 on the
Woody
clock.
Arthur, and Todd Murray.
Caution through the back sweeper. Clear. Back sweep. Two minutes on the clock now. Again, we have David on the 1, Woody in the 2, Todd in the 3, Matt in the 4, Jeremy in the 5. Todd goes up to the 2.
The top drivers are David Pyle, Todd Murray, and Woody Arthur.
$145. Caution at Karen, caution at Karen.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Todd Murray, and Woody Arthur.
All right, 1 minute on the clock. David Silius round, Todd in the 2, Woody in the 3, Matt in the 4, Jeremy in the 5.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are David Pyle, Todd Murray, and Woody Arthur.
So Leopold 5HD. Yeah. Something like that.
45 seconds left.
40 seconds on the clock.
.30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Todd Murray, and Woody Arthur.
This is the one I think I was sent, so probably the 3 to 15 one. Yeah.
15
Caution
seconds
on the A
left.
banner, caution at the A banner. I've got like 3 super cheap scopes, but they're like all 22 rated. And I think they'll just blow up if I put them on there. Yeah, very well.
Matt Rigsby done.
One of them will definitely blow up, but it's made of pot metal. But caution on the straightaway, clear.
Jeremy Smedley done. Todd Murray done. Woody Arthur done. All drivers are finished. David Pyle done.
That's the race. Drop the cars off, get right back out to Marshall.
The race is completed.
All right, this one's going to be Graydon, David, Zach, Andrew with his freshly Dan-built car. Brent and Scott.
Zach Marcinkiewicz. Brent Edwards.
Dan
Scott
fixed
Hafner.
car. I'll rephrase that.
Andrew Tuttle.
Dan fixed car.
Farmer Dave.
All right, I got checks on everyone. Let's go ahead and get them lined up on the straightaway. Order is going to go Graydon, David, Zach, Andrew, Brent, and Scott. Those are cool. All right. I still need a Marshall up by the Karen pole. Marshall kind of... If I get one more Marshall, someone... Anyone? Can I get a volunteer marshal? Thank you, Jeremy. All right. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. On the tone, less than 5. That's cool.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers
Caution
are
at the
Zach
associated banner.
Marcinkiewicz,
Caution at the
Brent Edwards,
associated
and
banner.
Scott Hafner.
Right in the middle, right in the middle, right in the middle. Caution at Chad. Caution at Chad. Continue caution at Chad. Continue caution at Chad. All clear. Caution at the associated banner. Caution at the end of the straightaway. Caution at the end of the straightaway.
The top drivers are Brent Edwards, Andrew Tuttle, and Scott Hafner.
Caution over by Karen. Caution by Karen. Caution at the associated banner. Clear. Mm-hmm. 2:30 on the clock.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Brent Edwards, Andrew Tuttle, and Scott Hafner.
.210 on the clock. Andrew still leading us around. Scott in the 2. David in the 3. Gray in the 4. Zach in the 5. Brent in the 6.
2 minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Andrew Tuttle, Scott Hafner, and Farmer Dave.
Caution at the associated banner. Caution at the associated banner.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Andrew Tuttle, Graydon Edwards, and Scott Hafner. One minute left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Andrew Tuttle, Graydon Edwards, and Scott Hafner. .45 seconds left.
Caution at the AE banner. Caution at the AE banner. Clear.
.30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Andrew Tuttle, and Scott Hafner. .15 seconds left.
.5 seconds. Caution on the straightaway. Caution on the straightaway.
Scott Hafner done. Andrew Tuttle done. Zach Marcinkiewicz done. Graydon Edwards done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that's
Farmer
race.
Dave
Drop
done.
your cars off. Get right
The
back
race
out
is
to Marshall.
completed.
13.5, 4 wheels up, plus Kevin. I think we should tech the yellow and pink car.
Dan Jefferson.
Seems a little
Vince
spicy.
Lim.
Jesus
Old
Christ.
guys rule. Ryan Johnson. Tail Whip. Rob Hunter. Fearless Leader. Terry Brown.
All right, I got checks on everyone, so go ahead and get him lined up on the straightaway. Caution at the AE banner. Caution at the AE banner. All right, order's going to go Dan, Kevin, Mike, Ryan, Eric, Vince, Terry, and Rob. Again, Dan, Kevin, Mike, Ryan, Eric, Vince, Terry, and Rob. All right. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready. On the tone, less than 5. Caution at the A banner. Caution at the A banner. Caution over at Karen. Caution over at Karen. Caution at Karen. Continue caution at Karen. All clear.
After 30 seconds,
Kevin using nothing but
leader,
skill to run away from Eric there down the straightaway. All right, Kevin out in the 1, Eric in the 2, Dan in 3, Vince in the 4, Ryan in the 5, Mike in the 6, Terry in the 7, Rob in the 8. Whoa! Well, that was something. Yeah. Caution at Chad. Caution at Chad. Caution at Chad.
31 seconds. The top drivers are Fearless Leader, Old Guys Rule, and Dan Jefferson.
All right, that's quick. Eric out in the 1, Dan in the 2, Vince in the 3, Mike in the 4, Ryan in the 5, Rob in the 6, Terry in the 7.
Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second,
so
the top drivers are Old Guys Rule, Dan Jefferson, and Vince Lim.
All right, 1:45 on the clock. Eric still leading us around. Dan in the 2, Vince in the 3, Mike in the 4, Ryan in the 5, Rob in the 6, Terry in the 7. Mike landing on Rob.
After 2 minutes 31
Mike's
seconds,
had a habit of landing on people through that section.
The top drivers are Old Guys Rule, Dan Jefferson, and Vince Lim.
Did that to me in short course.
One minute left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Old Guys Rule, Dan Jefferson, and Vince Lim. "45 seconds left.
Caution straightaway, caution straightaway. Not fast enough.
"30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Old Guys Rule, Dan Jefferson, and Vince Lim.
Still 2/10 off Dan's lap. Still 2/10 off Dan's lap.
15 seconds left.
All right, 10 seconds on the clock.
Tail Whip done. Rob Hunter done. Terry Brown done. Old Guys Rule done. Ryan Johnson done. Dan Jefferson done. All drivers are finished. Vince Lim done. The race is completed.
All right. Short course is up next. Looking forward, Jeremy, David, Brent, and Todd. Come on, Carlo. No. All right, let's get marshals out to the track. Drivers, go ahead and get checked in. Chris, you're not in this one. Yeah. Yep.
Todd Murray. Farmer Dave.
I am really excited for short course tonight because it's my favorite people to race with. It's none of the people I don't like racing with. It's you,
Brent
it's Carlo,
Edwards.
it's Andrew, it's me.
Jeremy
all my
Becker.
favorites. All right, got checks on everyone. Let's go ahead and get them lined up on the straightaway. All right, order is going to go Jeremy, David, Brent, and Todd. All right. Jeremy, that's too far. You got to go back. Yes, everyone needs to go back one spot because the line's right there. Yeah. Jeremy, you were fine. There you go. Stop. Stay. It's really hard to line up cars on a grid. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready, on the turn, less than 5. All right, that's a stop and go on you, Todd. All right, never mind. Just keep going. Just keep going. That one there it was.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Jeremy Becker, Brent Edwards, and Farmer Dave.
Caution straightaway, caution straightaway.
After 1 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Jeremy Becker, Brent Edwards, and Todd Murray.
2:55 on the clock. It doesn't.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers
David,
are
I'm
Brent
prescribing
Edwards,
you
Jeremy
sidewall
Becker,
glue for the
and Todd
next
Murray.
round.
After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Jeremy Becker, Brent Edwards,
Jeremy and Brent,
Todd
the battle
Murray.
to watch. Jeremy on the highly refined Vision Racing chassis. Brent also out there on the track in a short course.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the
1:25
top
on the
drivers are
clock.
Jeremy Becker, Brent Edwards, and Todd Murray.
Dan? Hey, Dan? Can I get you to call so I can get my truck ready for the next round? 4.5. Yeah. 1:10 on the clock.
One minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Jeremy Becker, Brent Edwards, and Todd Murray.
Oh.
45 seconds left.
Jeremy still leads around. Brent in the 2, Todd in the 3, David in the 4.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Jeremy Becker, Brent Edwards, and Todd Murray. 15 seconds left. Todd Murray done. Brent Edwards done. Jeremy Becker done. All drivers are finished. Farmer
All right,
Dave
that's
done.
a race. Drop your cars off. Get
The
right
race
back
is
out to
completed.
Marshall.
Tail whip. Chris Morrison. Carlo D. Lil Putton.
All right, so this is going to be the Pro Stock Short Course Challenge. Vince, did you change transponders or something, Vince?
Vince Lim.
Never mind. I think I figured it out. All right, so let's line them up. No more laps, no more laps. Mike in the 1, Alex in the 2, Vince in the 3, Carlo in the 4, and Chris in the 5. We need another corner marshal up here by the driver's stand. Anybody? Thanks, Scott. You're wonderful. All right. Corner marshal's ready. Driver's ready. On the tone. All right. 4 minutes to go. All right, so far we got
After
Mike in the
30 seconds,
1, Alex
the
in the
top
2,
drivers
Vince
are
in
Lil
the
Putton,
3, all
Tail Whip,
bunched
and
together.
Vince Lim.
Alex giving Mike little love taps. Oh, nice pass. Man, Mike, he just punked you. Are you going to let him do that? All right, Vince into the 2 now. Oh, Mike's driving angry. I like it. All right, Alex in the 1, Vince in the 2, Mike in the 3.
After 1 minute, 3 minutes left. The top drivers are Lil Putton, Vince Lim, and Chris Morrison.
Tail whip the short course. Oh, my. Watch out, you two. Here comes Mike. All right, Vince in the 1. Alex must have made a mistake I didn't see. Mike rolls it on the feature jump. It's going to put Chris into the 3. Orders Vince, Mike, Alex.
After 1 minute 30 seconds,
Vince, Alex,
the top
Chris,
drivers
Mike,
are Vince Lim, Lil Putton, and Chris Morrison.
and Carlo. Carlo hasn't raced in a while. Just wait. He gets some laps in. He'll be right with you guys. Vince has about a 6-second lead on the rest of the pack. Vince, Alex, Chris, Mike, Carlo is the order. Oh, Vince makes a mistake. That's going to let Alex catch up.
After 2 minutes,
Mike's still
left,
lurking
the top
in the back
drivers are
here.
Vince Lim, Lil Putton, and Tail Whip.
Fast lap of the race is a 13:019 out of Mike. 13:051 out of Alex. Oh, Alex is falling apart. Or no, that's not Alex. It was Alex. All right, that'll change the order to Vince, Alex. Alex still on the 2.
After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Lil
Vince,
Puttin,
Alex,
and
Mike,
Tail Whip.
Chris, Carlo. Mike with a 12:09. Fast lap of the race. 1 minute 20 seconds to go. Vince has a 2-second lead over Vince. Not no more.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Lil Puttin, and Tail Whip.
That Tuttle. You're not out there?
45 seconds left.
All right, order is Vince, Alex, Mike, Chris, Carlo. 30 seconds to go. 35 seconds to go.
30 seconds left.
I know which one
seconds.
Alex's
The
is.
top
He's the only one
drivers
with
are
mud
Vince Lim,
flaps.
Lil Puttin, and Tail Whip.
20 seconds to go. There is a 7-second gap between Vince and Mike now for
15
the one
seconds
spot.
left.
Looks like Vince is going to take this one unless he really screws up. It's 5 seconds to go. Don't stop till you hear your name. Vince with a 12:09 also. Only 2 in
Vince
the 12
Lim
is
done.
Mike and Vince.
Carlo D done.
All right,
Tail
looks
Whip
like
done.
Vince
Lil Puttin
got
done.
the 1, Mike
All
got the
drivers
2,
are
Alex got
finished.
3, Chris in the 4,
Chris Morrison
and
done.
Carlo in the 5.
The race is completed.
All right, 13-5 Stadium Truck.
Jefferson.
Looking forward. Dan, Eric, and Mike. Oh,
Tail Whip.
that was good time. All right. Let's get Eric across the line here. Still need a couple more marshals out here if we get a couple
Old
volunteers.
guys rule.
Again, a couple volunteer marshals, that'd be great. We don't need too many, there's just 3 of them, and they all know how to drive, so I'm not too worried about it. All right. It's going to go Dan, Eric, and Mike. Again, Dan, Eric, and Mike. All right. Do you guys need more marshals? You can be good. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys need another one, or? You're good? All right. Drivers ready, marshals ready, on the tone, less than 5. Josh, where's your short course? Oh.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old
Stock
Guys
Buggy's
Rule,
up next.
and Tail Whip. After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
All right, 2:50 on the clock. Dan lead us around Eric in the 2, Mike in the 3. .235.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip. Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
155.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
Perfect, thank you, I appreciate it. They call it FFP, that's the acronym. Okay, cool, thank you. The new carpet, the duct tape doesn't adhere to it.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip. 45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip. 15 seconds left. Tail Whip done. Dan Jeppesen done. All drivers are finished. Old Guys Rule done. The race is completed.
Oh, nice. Right on. I appreciate it.
Travis Witkowski. Rob Hunter. Josh Cody. Chris Morrison. Yoder. Terry Brown. Jeremy Becker.
All right, I got checks on everyone. I'm going to need volunteer marshals for this round. If I get everyone to line up on the straightaway, order's going to go Terry, Jeremy, Chris, Josh, Rob, Matt, and Travis. Again, Terry, Jeremy, Chris, Josh, Rob, Matt, and Travis. All right. I think we got everyone. All right. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready. David's there. David's got it. Yeah. All right. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready. On the tone. Caution, get down the straight. Caution, get down the straight. Marshall at Chad.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Terry Brown, Travis Witkowski, and Jeremy Becker.
All right, Travis out in the 1, Jeremy in the 2, Chris in the 3, Matt in the 4, Terry in the 5, Rob in the 6, Josh in the 7.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Travis Witkowski, Jeremy Becker, and Terry Brown.
I should have run stock. This looks like fun. 2:50 on the clock. Caution at Chad. Caution at Chad. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. Clear.
After 1 minute
Caution on
31
AE banner.
seconds,
Caution at the AE
top
banner.
drivers are Travis Witkowski,
Continue
Jeremy
caution.
Becker,
Continue
and Terry
caution.
Brown.
Clear. Caution at the feature. Clear.
Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Travis Witkowski, Jeremy Becker, and Yoder.
Caution at the associated banner. Clear.
After 2 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Jeremy Becker, Terry Brown, and Yoder.
Really? Chris said he's been like drinking edible drinks or something all day. Oh yeah.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are
55
Jeremy Becker,
seconds on the
Chris
clock.
Morrison,
Jeremy out in the
and
1,
Travis
Chris in the 2,
Witkowski.
Travis in the 3, Terry in the 4, Matt in the 5, Rob in the 5, now Matt in the 6, Josh in the 7.
45 seconds left.
40 seconds.
.30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Jeremy Becker, Travis Witkowski, and Chris Morrison.
Caution, get down the straightaway. Caution, get down the straightaway. Clear.
15 seconds left.
Keep going until she calls it done. Caution on the straightaway. Caution on the straightaway. Clear.
Travis Witkowski done. Yoder done. Chris Morrison done. Jeremy Becker done. Terry Brown done. Josh Cody done. All drivers are finished.
Yo.
Rob Hunter done.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey guys, just a quick reminder for you that are new.
The race is
when
completed.
somebody crashes, you don't forward them. You just stick them back where they came off the track, okay? So when somebody crashes, grab their car, put them right back where they came off. Don't try and forward them.
All right. Two-wheel drive stock buggy and Kevin.
Tail whip. Dan Jefferson.
Let's go ahead and get drivers checked in. Marshal that to the track.
Todd Powell. Fearless leader. Vince Lim. Ryan Johnson.
All right, just need Eric to go across the line. Eric, are you going to make this one? Oh, I didn't know that. All right.
Hey, Eric, are you racing? Let me go get my car.
All right, order's going to go Dan, Ryan, Kevin, Todd, Mike, and Vince. Again, Dan, Ryan, Kevin, Todd, Mike, and Vince. All right. I'll give you a minute 30. How about that? You're welcome. All right, driver's ready. Marshal's ready. On the tone. Less than 5. Ryan out there running some prototype Aero. Coming to stores near you soon. Caution after the feature. Clear.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Ryan Johnson, and Todd Powell.
Caution getting on the straightaway. Clear. All right, after the first 45 seconds, we have Dan on the 1, Vince the 2, Ryan in 3, Kevin in the 4, Mike in the 5, Todd in the 6. Caution after the feature. Clear.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Ryan Johnson, and Vince Lim.
Caution getting on the straightaway. Stay inside, stay inside, stay inside, stay
After 1
inside,
minute
stay
30
inside,
seconds,
stay inside.
the
Clear.
top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim.
.2:15 on the clock. Dan Sillius round. Mike in the 2, Vince in the 3, Ryan in the 4, Todd in the 5, Kevin in the 6. Eric tapped out early on this one. 2:05 on the clock.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim. After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim.
.110 on the clock.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim.
55 seconds. 45 seconds on the clock.
45
Caution
seconds
at
left.
Chad, caution at Chad, caution at Chad. Clear. I can see on Scott's face he wishes he had brought a short course out instead of leaving it in the car.
After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are
25
Dan Jefferson,
seconds.
Vince Lim, and Tail Whip. 15 seconds left. Dan Jefferson done. Vince Lim done. Tail Whip done. Fearless Leader done. Ryan Johnson done. All drivers are finished.
All right,
Todd
that's
Powell
race
done.
drop.
The
No,
race is
the last
completed.
round. So, all right, cool.
All right, heat sheets are posted. We'll start at 7:30. 7:30. That gives you 5 minutes. First, I'll be Andrew, Zach, David, Jeremy, and Brent. You guys will be up first.
Alrighty. 17.5 Sportsman, Heat 1 is up. We're looking for Andrew Turtle, Zach something or other, David, Jeremy, and Brent. Marcin Kiewicz. Something like that. Marsikowitz. I don't like that as much. $3. Dude, sweet. Kevin, I got you a present. All right, let's get Marshals from Stock Buggy out to the track.
Brent Edwards.
Marshals from
Andrew
Stock
Tuttle.
Buggy.
Jeremy Smedley. Zach Marcinkiewicz.
You're the right one. All right. Again, Marshals from Stock Buggy are out to the track. I don't know. I can't remember who all was in that. I know Eric was in that one. Yeah, right? David, across the line, please.
Farmer Dave.
All right. Order's going to go Andrew, Zach, David, Jeremy, and Brent. I don't know how well that's going to work for you in circuit racing. All right. All right. Drivers ready. Marshals ready. On the tone.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Zach Marcinkiewicz, Andrew Tuttle, and Farmer Dave.
Let him know. Go get you. 3:20 on the clock. Zach out in the 1, Andrew in the 2, David in the 3, Brandon in the 4, Jeremy in the 5.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Zach Marcinkiewicz, Farmer Dave,
Caution at
and
the A
Andrew
banner.
Tuttle.
Caution at the A banner. Reminder, guys, less speed. Stay tight on the pipe through the corners. That will be the fast line. 2:35 on the clock.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Zach Marcinkiewicz, Farmer Dave, and Andrew Tuttle.
Caution on the straightaway. Caution on the straightaway. All clear. All clear. Caution straightaway. Caution straightaway. Stay outside. Stay outside. Clear.
After 2 minutes left, the top
So
drivers
Zach out
are
in
Zach
the 1 now.
Marcinkiewicz, Farmer Dave, and Andrew Tuttle.
.135 on the clock.
After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Andrew Tuttle,
Less
Zach
speed, keep it tight on the
Marcinkiewicz,
pipe.
and Farmer Dave.
Caution at Karen. Caution at Karen. So your leader is the pink and black car. Yeah. Okay. That might have bumped Zach up to the 1. We'll see here. Yeah, Zach goes in the 1.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Zach Marcinkiewicz, Andrew Tuttle, and Farmer Dave.
So the battle to watch has been between Andrew and Zach. Everyone else kind of battling it out amongst themselves.
45 seconds left.
So your leader will be the gray and yellow car, followed by the pink and gray car. Or they'll take each other out, and, you know, I'll let them sort that out in the pits. They can talk it out amongst
3
themselves.
minutes 31 seconds. The top drivers are Farmer Dave, Andrew Tuttle, and Zach Marcinkiewicz.
Caution at the A banner, caution at the A banner. So David now goes up into the 1 with 20 seconds on the clock. Bit of an upset there.
15 seconds left.
Dave has just got to hold it together for the next 10 seconds.
Brent Edwards done.
Come on, Andrew, you got this.
Zach Marcinkiewicz done. Farmer Dave done. Andrew Tuttle done. All drivers are finished. Jeremy Smedley done.
All right. Whoa there. You and Zach, what the heck were you guys doing? You guys were like, let's just throw this entire thing away in the last lap.
The race is completed.
You guys were both like up 1 and 2 for qualifying, and then you went all the way back down to 5 and 6. Or sorry, 6 and 7. All right. Heat 2, David, Todd, Graydon, Woody, Matt, and Scott.
David Pyle. Scott Hafner. Todd Murray. Matt Rigsby. Woody Arthur.
Caution on the straightaway. Let's get Marshall out of the track, please. Especially you, Zach. Come on, get on Marshall. I expect you to be sprinting to every single car all the way across.
Graydon Edwards.
All right, I got checks on everyone. Order's gonna... Yeah. Order's gonna go David, Todd, Graydon, Woody, Matt, and Scott. Again, David, Todd, Graydon, Woody, Matt, and Scott. Alrighty. Drivers ready? Who's got reverse? Drivers ready? Marshall's ready. On the tone, less than 5. Caution of the associate banner.
After
Clear.
30 seconds,
Caution
the
getting on
top
straightaway.
drivers
Caution
are
getting on
Todd
straightaway.
Murray,
Clear.
Scott Hafner, and David Pyle.
Caution of the A banner. Caution of the A banner. Continue caution of the A banner. Continue caution.
After 1 minute, 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, David Pyle, and Todd Murray.
Caution at the associated banner. Caution at the associated banner. Continue caution. Continue caution. Stay inside. Stay inside. Stay inside. Stay inside.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are
2:25
Graydon
on the clock.
Edwards,
Caution
David
at the A
Pyle,
banner.
and Todd
Caution at the
Murray.
A banner. Right in the middle. 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 Clear. Andrew demonstrating why you wear closed-toed shoes to the track here. Alrighty, ready. 2 minutes on the clock.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are David Pyle, Graydon Edwards, and Todd Murray.
Caution to Chad, caution to Chad. I will say I'm kind of digging Scott's drag wing on his buggy. I don't know if it's effective, but it looks cool.
After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, David Pyle, and Todd Murray.
Todd, you'll have the leader coming up on you here in a sec. Please let him by.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, David Pyle, and Todd Murray.
Caution to Chad, caution to Chad.
"45 seconds left.
40 seconds on the clock.
After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, David Pyle, and Todd Murray.
20 seconds on the clock.
15 seconds left.
Caution straightaway, right in the middle, right in the middle, right in the middle, right in the middle. Continue caution, continue caution, continue caution. Graydon, you're still live, you're still live.
David Pyle done. Matt Rigsby done. Todd Murray done. Graydon Edwards done. Scott Hafner done. All drivers are finished. Woody Arthur done. The race is completed.
Andrew had that in the bag, and then we decided just to, completely shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah. Dude, you guys were like all the way up in the top like 2 spots, 18 lap pace, and then last like couple laps you just threw the entire thing. Dude, you guys went all the way down to like 6 and 7. It's like, what the fuck? You guys just worked together.
Self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah.
We had that little dust up on the straightaway.
No, it was...
We both had those corners.
Yeah.
Well, I cut this 210 once.
Dan Jefferson. Vince Lim. Terry Brown.
Yeah.
Old Guys Rule. Rob Hunter. Fearless Leader.
Todd
Tail
will
whip.
use you down here.
Ryan Johnson.
All right, no speed, no speed. Straightaways closed, straightaways closed. Order's gonna go Eric, Dan, Vince, Mike, Ryan, Rob, Terry, and Kevin. Kevin looking to break the other side of the car this time around. Again, order's gonna go Eric, Dan, Vince, Mike, Ryan, Rob, Terry, and Kevin. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready. On the tone. Caution straightaway, caution straightaway. Clear. Rob with an over-the-top overtake there. Taps out around Karen. Almost was really cool.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Ryan Johnson, and Vince Lim.
Andrew! Can I get my water? Liquid death, liquid death, liquid death. Or that's fine. That's fine. Fine. It's fine. I'm just thirsty.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dan
leading us
Jefferson,
around. Ryan in the 2,
Johnson,
Mike in the 3,
Tail
Vince in
Whip.
the 4, Kevin in the 5, Eric in the 6, Terry in the 7, Rob in the 8. Thank you. My voice gets so dehydrated up here. It was qualifying. Dude, you guys are both up in the 1 and 2, 18-lap pace, and then you guys just threw the entire
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson,
2:25
Ryan Johnson,
on the clock.
and Vince Lim.
Dan leads around Ryan in the 2, Mike in the 3, Eric in the 4, Vince in the 5, Kevin in the 6, Terry in the 7, Rob in the 8.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Ryan Johnson, and Old Guys Rule.
$1:45 on the clock now. Dan's still leading us around. Caution at the Associated banner.
After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Ryan Johnson, and Vince Lim.
Kevin's four-wheel reminds me of Fast and the Furious when Dom says his Charger had so much torque the chassis twisted off the line. I kind of get the same impression to Kevin coming down the straightaway on this four-wheel. Whole thing just like twists and lifts a tire. That thing is crazy.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Ryan Johnson, and Vince Lim.
Marshall's taking each other out.
45
seconds
left.
on the clock. You hear my quote?
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Ryan Johnson, and Vince Lim.
20 seconds on the clock.
15 seconds left. Old Guys Rule done. Tail Whip done. Terry Brown done.
13-5 short course heat
Ryan
1 is
Johnson
up next.
done. Vince Lim done.
Sure.
Dan Jefferson done. All drivers are finished. Rob Hunter done. The race is completed.
All right, 13-5 short course looking for Todd, Brent, Carlo, and David.
I learned something really valuable in that race. Front sway bars are needed. Yeah, I forgot to connect my front sway bar. Yeah, front sway bars are needed with a four-wheel drive. All right, let's get like
Farmer Dave.
one more corner to the middle. That ought to do it for this one. We'll save the rest of you for the next race.
Brent Edwards. Carlo D.
Hey, Todd. Line them up, guys. It's going to go Todd, Brent, Carlo, David. Throw it down. Just get across the line. No laps. Just get across the line. Let's go, Todd. And then you're not checking.
Todd Murray.
There we go. And for future reference, Todd, when you go up there and you're a minute plus late, you don't get to bump the person out of their spot. That's only when you go up at the same time. Okay. Here we go on the tone. There we go.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Todd Murray, Brent Edwards, and Carlo D. After 1 minute, 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Todd Murray, Brent Edwards, and Carlo D.
All right, so Todd's putting himself 5th on the grid. In front of Jeremy right now. He's on a 17.401. Jeremy at a 17.407. Well, yeah.
After 1 minute,
They're going to be a
seconds,
9-car short course, mate. Why
Carlo
wouldn't
D,
there be?
Brent Edwards, and Farmer Dave.
They're not wimps like mod buggies and stock buggies all complain. Oh! I thought that was going to be Chad, right in the middle of Chad.
Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Carlo D, Brent Edwards, and Farmer Dave.
Carlo, Brent, David, Todd missed a lap.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Carlo D, Brent Edwards, and Todd Murray.
Todd out front. Todd, you need to check your transponder, make sure it's plugged in all the way. Straight away, go inside on the straight, inside on the straight.
1 minute left. After
Don't
3
hit
minutes
Eric.
1 second, the top
We like
drivers are
Eric.
Todd Murray, Carlo D, and Brent Edwards.
Well, yeah.
"45 seconds left.
So right now, Todd and Carlo are together on the where am I talking about here?
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top
Todd and
drivers
Carlo
are Todd Murray,
improving their
Carlo D,
positions.
and Brent Edwards.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
15 seconds left.
It's good to see Carlo here. I haven't seen him in a while. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She'll call you when you're done. Keep going.
Brent Edwards done. Carlo D done. Farmer Dave done. All drivers are finished. Todd Murray done. The race is completed.
Just unplug it, plug it back in. Something's going on. You missed a bunch of laps. I caught him, but you missed a bunch of laps. Or move, maybe move where the transponder is. Just, yeah, move where. All right, get back out there to corner marshal. We need a corner marshal in the middle. We need a corner marshal right here.
Tail whip.
Okay, Todd, get out in corner marshal. You can do that.
Vince Lim.
We need somebody in the
Lil
middle.
Putton.
We need
Jeremy
somebody right
Becker.
here at the end, driver
Chris Morrison.
stand, or right here, or somebody in the middle. We need one person in the middle. One corner marshal in the middle. Line them up, guys. Vince, Mike, Alexander, Chris, and Jeremy. Thank you, sir. Here we go. On the tone. Less than 5. Stadium truck, are you guys running this round or are you skipping it? Dan, are you guys skipping this round and Stadium truck, are you doing it?
After
Skip it.
30 seconds, the top drivers are Lil Putton, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim.
Battle for the lead right now. Alexander, Mike, and Vince. Oh boy. Alexander to the point. New TQ pace.
After 1 minute, 3 minutes
But
left.
Mike
Top
is right
drivers are
there,
Lil
too.
Putton, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim.
Gap is 1.4 now. I think Alex started behind both these guys, so if he stays in front of him, he'll have TQ. Oh, nice pass out of Vince.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Lil Putton, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim.
Little love tap there. Oh, that was nice through that section
2
by
minutes,
Alexander.
2 minutes 1 second. The top drivers are Lil Putton,
Oh.
Vince Lim, and Tail Whip.
Oh. You got 150 of this left. Oh, Mike taps out. So now it's between Vince and Alexander. Alexander defending his position. Vince with a nice bump pass. Get him back, Alexander. Oh, yeah. Oh. So that
After
is
2
going to
minutes,
put
31
Vince to the
seconds,
TQ by
the top drivers are
0.4.
Vince Lim,
Oh.
Lil Putton, and Tail Whip.
Alexander's just got to stay close. Oh, look out. Oh, yeah, no. Go get him, Alexander. Don't take that.
1 minute left.
Yeah.
After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Tail Whip, and Lil Puddin.
I don't know. Mike's truck is pretty heavy. I don't know. Oh, sweet pass out, Alexander. Oh, man. Oh.
45 seconds left.
So Alexander's putting himself second on the grid, though, if he holds on to this.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Lil Puddin, and Tail Whip. 15 seconds left.
My God.
Tail Whip done. Vince Lim done. Jeremy Becker done. Chris Morrison done. All drivers
All
are
right.
finished. Lil Puddin done.
So they're going to skip
The
the
race is
stadium
completed.
trucks. That means I'm up next, I think.
The race is completed.
Okay, 17.5 Buggy's up now. 17.5 Buggy.
Dude, that was fun. All right, let's get marshals out to the track. Drivers up to the stand. Looking for Kevin, Todd, Rob, Matt, Terry, and Josh. Do you like my little inside pass there?
Fearless leader. Rob Hunter. Yoder.
Marshals, let's go. We're going to need
Terry
some volunteers for this one since there's a little bit of crossover here.
Josh Cody. Todd Powell.
Again, if we get some volunteers out here. Marshals, marshals, marshals. Drivers, let's go ahead and get lined up on the straight. Order's going to go Kevin, Todd, Rob, Matt, Terry, and Josh. Again, Kevin, Todd, Rob, Matt, Terry, and Josh. No worries. All right. Drivers ready. Marshals ready. On the tone, less than 5. All right, Kevin out in the 1, Todd in the 2. Looks like Rob in the 3, Matt in the 4, Terry in the 5. Terry goes up to 3, Rob in the 4.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Fearless leader, Todd Powell, and Terry Brown.
All right, 3:10 on the clock. Kevin leading us around, Terry in the 2, Todd in 3, Josh in the 4, Rob in the 5, Matt in the 6. 11:09 on the clock.
After 3 minutes left, the top drivers are fearless leader Terry Brown and Todd Powell.
.250. Fast lap 11.955 out of Kevin.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are fearless leader Terry Brown and Todd Powell.
Caution straightaway, caution straightaway. Stay inside, stay inside, stay inside, clear. 2:10 on the clock.
Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are fearless leader Terry Brown and Todd Powell.
Caution straightaway, caution straightaway.
The top drivers are fearless leader Terry Brown and Todd Powell. One minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are fearless leader Terry Brown and Todd Powell. 45 seconds left.
Okay.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are fearless leader Terry Brown and Todd Powell.
25 seconds on the clock.
"15 seconds left.
Five seconds on the clock.
Rob Hunter done. Yoder done. Todd Powell done. Terry Brown done. Josh Cody done. All drivers are finished. Fearless leader done. The race is completed.
All right, heat 2 of two-wheel drive stock buggy. Looking for Dan, Vince, Mike, Ryan, Travis, Chris, and Jeremy.
Dan Jefferson. Travis Witkowski. Vince Lim. Tail Whip. Ryan Johnson. Chris Morrison.
Did you get any cool pictures of the red and white truck?
I don't know, man.
All right.
I don't know. Mostly taking pictures of Chris.
Right on.
Why was that one yours?
Yeah.
It's not the one with the Toyota thing on it.
No, that's my buddy. I have the Method race wheels on
Oh,
it.
okay. You might be in there or something.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Right on.
It's really hard to tell right now.
Yeah. Jeremy, you gonna make this one? Jeremy Becker.
Jeremy Becker.
There we go. All right, let's get them lined up on the straight order. Is going to go Dan, Vince, Mike, Ryan, Travis, Chris, and Jeremy. All right. Drivers ready? Marshall's ready on the tone, less than 5.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Travis Witkowski, Dan Jefferson, and Chris Morrison.
Caution at the 8 banner, caution at the 8
drivers
banner.
are Dan Jefferson,
Clear.
Travis Witkowski, and Ryan Johnson.
2:55 on the clock. Graydon over here stealing shock oil. 2:45 on the clock. Dan leads around. Travis now up in the 2. Ryan in 3. Mike in the 4. Chris in the 5. Vince in the 6. Jeremy in the 7. Gap between 1 and 2, 1.782 seconds.
After 1 minute 30 seconds,
Caution under
the top
the A
drivers
banner.
are Dan Jefferson, Travis
There we go, all
Witkowski,
clear.
and Ryan Johnson. After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Travis Witkowski, and Tail Whip.
.145 now on the clock. Dan out in the 1, Travis in the 2, Mike in the 3, Ryan in the 4, Chris in the 5, Vince in the 6, Jeremy in the 7.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Travis Witkowski, and Tail Whip. One minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Travis Witkowski, and Tail Whip. .45 seconds left. .30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds.
All right,
the top
25
drivers
seconds
are Dan
on the
Jefferson,
clock.
Travis Witkowski, and Ryan Johnson.
Ryan going up to the 3 spot now. Vince in the 4, Mike in the 5, Chris in the 6, Jeremy in the 7.
15 seconds left.
Caution at Chad,
Chris
caution
Morrison
at Chad.
done.
Keep going until
Jeremy
Skulls are
Becker
done.
done. Travis Witkowski done. Dan Jefferson done. Vince Lim done. Ryan Johnson done. All drivers are finished. Tail Whip done. The race is completed.
All right. Let me set up the mains. Yeah. Just push it in, Dan. Give it a kick. There you go. Were you faster in your first round or second round?
This is my second round.
I know. Were you faster in the first round?
Oh, probably. I don't know.
Let me see.
I did pretty shitty the second round, so like I said, it might not even make a difference.
Yeah, it won't make any difference. We'll start at 8:25. 8:25. With sportsman B1 of Tuttle, Rigsby, Hafner, Brent, and Jeremy. You guys will be up first in 5 minutes. We'll do double Banes, so double Bs, double As. dude, he just does stupid shit, and he's yelling on the driver's stand, cussing all the time, walks on the just.
Jeremy Smedley. Brent Edwards. Scott Hafner. Andrew Tuttle. Matt Rigsby.
Okay, we need quarter marshals out here. Looks like our guys are ready to go. Corner marshals from the A main. We need Daniel, Vince, Travis, Mike, Terry, and Ryan out here. If Alexander calls this, then I can go out there.
All right. Drivers ready, marshals ready. On the tone.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Brent Edwards, Jeremy Smedley, and Andrew Tuttle.
Kevin doing some parkour in the back there. 3:15 on the clock.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Andrew Tuttle, Brent Edwards, and Jeremy Smedley. After 1 minute 30 seconds,
2:30 on the
top
clock.
drivers
Andrew
are
leading us
Andrew
around.
Tuttle,
Brent the 2,
Brent
Scott in 3,
Edwards,
Matt in
and
the 4,
Scott
Jeremy in the
Hafner.
5. Caution at the A banner, caution at the A banner.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Andrew
Pink and
Tuttle,
gray car
Scott
is your leader.
Hafner,
Comes
and
up
Brent
behind you, please
Edwards.
let him by. Pink car's in the 1, pink car's in the 1.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are
Caution
Andrew
Chad,
Tuttle,
caution
Brent
Chad,
Edwards,
caution
and
Chad.
Scott Hafner.
One minute on the clock. Blink and breathe, blink and breathe.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Scott Hafner, Brent Edwards, and Andrew Tuttle.
One car flips it over.
Andrew,
Andrew, you can
seconds
still
left.
catch the grid. Keep it clean.
Seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Brent Edwards, Scott Hafner, and Andrew Tuttle. Seconds left.
10 seconds on the clock.
Jeremy Smedley done. Brent Edwards done. Andrew Tuttle done. Scott Hafner done. All drivers are finished. Matt Rigsby done. The race is completed.
Andrew, you started off really good. Your nerves got to you. Nice job, Brent. You're welcome.
Graydon Edwards.
All right, let's get marshals out of the track.
Farmer Dave. Woody
Andrew
Arthur.
up front.
Todd Murray. David Pyle. Zach Marcinke Wicks.
All right. Got checks on everyone. Let's get them lined up. It's going to go David, Graydon, Todd, Woody, Zach, and David. So David Sullivan, you're in the 6. David Pyle, you're in the 1. Zebra Stripes, you're in the 1. Orange, you're in the 6. Zach, so again, David Pyle in the 1, Graydon, Todd, Woody, Zach, and David Sullivan. There we go. All right, drivers ready. Marshall's ready on the tone. Less than 5.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, David Pyle, and Zach Marcinke Wicks.
3:20 on the clock. Graydon leading us around. David in the 2, Todd in 3, Zach in 4, Woody in 5, David in the 6. Caution at Karen, caution at Karen.
After 1 minute, 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, David Pyle, and Todd Murray.
Closest battle watch right now between Todd and Zach. Todd taps it out. Both of them tap out. That was unfortunate. So it looks like they'll both drop back to the 4 and 5 spot.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, David Pyle,
Caution straight
and
away.
Farmer Dave.
Clear.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, David Pyle, and Zach Marcinke Wicks.
Caution after Chad. Caution after Chad. That's your leader. That's your leader.
After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Zach Marcinke Wicks, and Farmer Dave.
Caution at the A banner. Caution at the A banner.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Farmer Dave, and David Pyle.
I think we should do land rush too.
45 seconds left.
All right, 40 seconds on the clock. Graydon leading us around. David Sullivan in the 2, David Pyle in the 3, Todd in the 4, Zach in the 5, Woody in the 6.
30 seconds after left. 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers
Zach,
are Graydon
the leader
Edwards,
coming up on you
Farmer
here in a
Dave,
sec. Please
and
let him
David
by.
Pyle.
Thank you.
15 seconds left. David Pyle done. Woody Arthur done. Farmer Dave done. Todd Murray done.
What?
Zach Marcinkiewicz done. All drivers are finished. Graydon Edwards done. The race is completed.
All right, 13.5 four-wheel drive is up. Caution straightaway.
Dan Jeppesen. Old
We
guys
have
rule.
a shelf right at the other side of the driver's stand. Put your cars there when you come
Tail
off the
whip.
driver's stand.
Vince Lim. Terry Brown. Ryan Johnson. Fearless leader. Rob Hunter.
All right, I got checks on everyone. Let's go ahead and get lined up on the straightaway. Give us. You need 1 minute? Okay. All right, order's going to go Dan, Eric, Ryan, Vince, Mike, Terry, and Rob. All right. Driver's ready, marshal's ready, on the tone, less than 5.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Ryan Johnson.
.310 on the clock. Dan now in the 1, Eric at the 2, Ryan at 3, Vince the 4, Terry in the 5, Rob in 6, Mike in the 7. Caution at the A banner, caution at the A banner, continue caution, clear.
After 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Ryan Johnson. After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Old Guys Rule, Dan Jeppesen, and Ryan Johnson.
Two minutes on the clock. 13.5 short course is up.
After 2 minutes
After
1
this.
second, the top drivers are Old Guys Rule, Ryan Johnson, and Dan Jeppesen.
1:55 on the clock.
All righty. I think Mike just, okay, well, never mind.
After 2 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Old Guys Rule, Ryan Johnson, and Dan Jeppesen.
It is a short course party. Next up, we got 1:15 left here. Eric Walczyk is in front. Ryan Johnson is in the 2. And Dan Jeppesen bringing up the 3.
One minute left.
A lot of trash talking on
After 3
Eric, but
minutes,
Eric's
2
like
seconds.
walking away with,
The top drivers are
oh,
old
look
guys
at
rule,
that.
Ryan Johnson and
Just
Dan
like that,
Jeppesen.
1, 2, 3 together. Come on, Eric.
45 seconds left.
Oh, Ryan taps out, so now, oh, Dan is right behind Eric. Walczyk looking good with 30 seconds left. Watch out on that
30
back
seconds
jump.
left.
Watch out on the back wall.
After
All
3
clear,
minutes,
all
32
clear, all
seconds.
clear.
The top drivers are old guys rule, Dan Jeppesen and Ryan Johnson.
So Dan is right on Eric's tail. They're going to be coming up on, I think, Rob.
15 seconds left.
Dan, oh, goes for the inside move. Doesn't make it stick. This will be their last lap.
guys
Oh,
rule done.
Dan
Dan Jeppesen done.
gave it a
Ryan
shot.
Johnson done.
Didn't work out. Ryan
Tail
the
whip
3.
Vince Lim
Vince
done.
the 4. Mike,
Terry Brown
Terry, and Rob.
All drivers are finished. Rob Hunter done. The race is completed.
All right, this is the class of the night. 9 short courses. I think we should line them up 2 by 2. The 2 by 2. Let's do 2 by 2. You want to do 3 by 3? There's 9 of you. Let's do 3 by 3. Oh, yeah. Club racing, we can do that. You turned your brake off?
Vince Lim.
Yeah, recalibrate.
Chris Morrison. Lil Putton.
We
Farmer
need
Dave.
all corner marshals for this one. Where did all my corner marshals go?
Todd Murray. Brent Edwards.
There's somebody sitting in the middle.
Tail whip.
We
Jeremy
need somebody
Becker.
at the far end of the driver's stand. I need one quarter marshal at the far end of the driver's stand, please. Not going to make it? Bummer. And we need somebody in the middle, too. Somebody in the middle. Thank you, Ryan. Middle, there's not as much to do. Okay, line them up. Vince, Mike, Alexander, front row. Vince, Mike, Alexander, front row. Then back a couple spaces. Come on. It's not that hard. 3 wide. Then the next one is going to be Chris, Jeremy, Todd. Then Brent and David. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. So now, the way we're going to start this, I'm going to hit the tone. I want the inside row to go, and then this. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. On the tone, in less than 5. Oh, my God. Well, Mike didn't count, so Mike should give that spot back. That might be the biggest cheat of a hole shot I've ever seen in my whole RC career. He was already around the corner when
After
the
30
buzzer went
seconds,
off.
the top drivers are Tail Whip, Lil Putton, and
And
Vince
that he
Lim.
kept going. That's the best part. That's my boy. Oh, man. I think we should give Mike a stop and
After
go and make him go into third
minutes,
place.
the top drivers are Tail Whip, Lil Puddin, and Vince
Yeah,
Lim.
go for it. You can only go in there if you take Mike out. Blue car with white wheels. Oh, yeah. So Vince to the lead now. Come on, Alexander. Oh, yeah, Alexander to the 2 now.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Lil Puddin, and Tail Whip.
I honestly, with short course, just wait for somebody to get hit in the rear end. So Vince is in the lead. He's coming through that purple and orange car. Alexander's the red and white car. Oh, boy.
2 minutes after 2
So
minutes,
Alexander
1
has
second,
moved up
the top drivers
within
are Vince
striking
Lim, Lil
distance of
Puddin,
Vince.
and Chris Morrison.
I'm glad that we got all these guys running short course because Vince has had to actually work on his vehicles. He was winning so many times. Got 130 left.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Lil Puddin, and Tail Whip.
Vince just had his fast lap of the race at 12.8. Somebody is the wrong way on. Oh, Vince getting caught up with some lap traffic.
The top drivers are Vince
Going to put
Lim,
Alexander
Lil
right
Puddin,
there
and
with
Chris
him.
Morrison.
Oh, that's short course racing right there. Oh, what's going to happen here? Oh,
45 seconds left.
45 seconds. Oh! There are blockers. Oh, no. Oh. Oh.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes,
the crowd
31
goes,
seconds,
oh, little
the
pudding.
top drivers are Vince Lim,
Oh.
Lil Puddin, and Chris Morrison.
20 seconds left.
$15 seconds left.
Oh, boy.
Todd Murray done.
Who the heck is driving
Chris Morrison done.
Tuttle's car?
Carlo D done. Jeremy Becker done. Vince Lim done.
Oh, straight away.
Lil Puddin done. Tail Whip done. Farmer Dave done.
So Vince takes
All
that
drivers
one.
are finished. Brent Edwards done.
That was an awesome short course spectacular.
The race is completed.
We definitely shouldn't have any problem with corner marshals. Da, 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 da. How fun is club racing? I love club racing instead of series racing. It's way too serious. Club racing, nobody cares. I'm adding turbo to my mod car and stock buggy. I'm going to go right past Dan on
Jefferson.
at the very start. I'm going to whole shot Dan. We probably only need 3 corner marks for this. We'll save the rest for after this. So let's get 3 corners out there. We got 1, 2. Let's get somebody in the middle.
Old guys rule.
Was that fun?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I came over with Brandon like midair, and I'm like, yeah.
Tail Whip.
All right, line them up, line them up, line them up. There's enough laps for you guys. Let's land rush this one. Let's put the three of you next to each other. Right next to each other. No, you don't want to go next to each other? What a bunch of babies. There's three of you. Okay. Mike, I'm going to go on the tone, and then you go. Ready? Less than 5. Alexander Connolly. You are, oh man, you're needed at the RD booth. I have Instagram girls I need to look at.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
You're welcome. All right, Dan out in the 1, Eric in the 2, Mike in the 3.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
.235 on the clock. Dan lead us around. Eric in the 2, Mike in the 3. Mike
After
taking a
1
breather
minute
there
30
mid-race.
seconds, the top drivers
okay.
are Dan
You can always do
Jeppesen,
that.
Old
You can always
Guys
pull
Rule,
over.
and Tail Whip.
Catch your thoughts for a sec. Get back in. No judgment here. This is a thoughtful race facility.
Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
Sure. You have cash?
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
Mike, I want to see you tail whip at 21.5.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
I wish I had Mike's confidence to tail whip even when it was unnecessary. I think I would have a lot more fun.
45 seconds left.
Because he still wins when he does it. It's not like it's slowing him down, really. Well, maybe this time around, but typically speaking.
.30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip. .15 seconds left. Old Guys
Mike,
Rule
I don't
done.
see a sense of urgency.
Dan Jeppesen done.
All right.
The race is completed.
I got B-May in a stock buggy. So Chris, Rob, Todd, Josh, Jeremy, and Matt. Still not sure why Graydon isn't in stock and is running Sportsman. Seems a little suspicious. That's what I'm saying.
Rob Hunter.
Rob, did you add brakes to that ESC? You did? Yeah. Oh. Looked like it went long with when you tapped the brakes.
Chris Morrison.
That's mine. Also mine.
Josh Cody. Todd Powell.
They're not mine. I need
Jeremy
marshals
Becker.
out to the track, please. Marshals. So the short course guys that didn't marshal last time around, please come out to the track. I got checks on everyone. Let's get lined up on the straightaway. Order's going to go Chris, Rob, Todd, Josh, Jeremy, and Matt. Again, Chris, Rob, Todd, Josh, Jeremy, and Matt. Marshals, if you were in short course and you did not marshal the last race, please come out to the track. Marshals, marshals, marshals. I need 2. Yeah, if I get 2 more. One more, Marshall. All right, Brent, if we could get you in the middle, and we'll have Graydon at the start of the straightaway. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready, on the tone, less than 5. You have a fresh front bumper? Caution at the A banner, caution at the A banner.
After 30 seconds, the top
Kevin,
drivers
did you
are
see
Chris
the gnome
Morrison,
thing I
Todd
sent you?
Powell, and Rob Hunter.
Did you see the gnome thing I sent you? On Instagram? It made me think of you. Caution at Chad, caution at Chad. Clear.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Todd Powell, Yoder, and Josh Cody.
Caution at the A banner, caution at the A banner, clear. Todd out in the 1, Matt in the 2, Josh in the 3, Chris in the 4, Rob in the 5, Jeremy in the 6. Caution at the Associated banner, continue caution, continue caution.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Todd Powell, Josh Cody, and Chris Morrison.
Caution at Chad, caution at Chad. Clear. All right, 2:10 on the clock.
Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Todd Powell, Josh Cody, and Rob Hunter.
$1:45 on the clock. Caution at the Associate banner, caution at the Associate banner.
After 2 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Todd Powell, Josh Cody, and Chris Morrison.
Watch out after the feature, watch out after the feature, clear. All right.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Todd Powell, Josh Cody, and Rob Hunter.
50 seconds. You out of here already?
45 seconds left.
David, where do you think you're going? Aw, okay. Have fun. 30 seconds on the clock.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Todd Powell, Josh Cody, and Rob Hunter.
20 seconds on the clock.
15 seconds left. Todd Powell done. Josh Cody done. Rob Hunter done. Chris Morrison done. Yoder done. All drivers are finished. Jeremy
All right,
Becker
that's
done.
the race. Drop your cars
The
off.
race
Get
is
right back
completed.
out to Marshall. Stock Buggy A1 is up.
Fearless leader. Travis Witkowski. Terry Brown. Vince Lim. Dan Jefferson. Ryan Johnson. Tail whip.
All right, got checks on everyone. No speed, straightaways closed. Order is going to go Dan, Kevin, Vince, Travis, Mike, Terry, and Ryan. I don't know what the struggle with gridding has been today. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready, on the tone, less than 5. Caution straightaway, caution straightaway.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Terry Brown, and Fearless Leader.
.310 on the clock. Dan leads trying Terry in the 2, Kevin in 3, Mike in the 4, Vince in the 5.
After 1 minute, 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Fearless Leader, and Terry Brown.
Two minutes 35 on the clock.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Fearless Leader, and Terry Brown.
2:20. Up next will be Andrew Tuttle in Sportsman 17.5. Caution at the A banner, caution at the AE banner.
The top drivers are Dan Jefferson,
Clear.
Fearless Leader, and Terry Brown.
Caution at Chad, caution at Chad.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, fearless leader, and Terry Brown.
Mike, your car is starting to sound a little crunchy. We'll see how long that holds out for him. He's got a minute on the clock.
One minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, fearless leader, and Tail Whip. 45 seconds left.
"35 seconds on the clock. Mike's in the 3 spot. Will his transmission hold out, though, is the question.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, fearless leader, and Tail Whip. 15 seconds left. Fearless leader done. Dan Jeppesen done. Vince Lim done. Tail Whip done. Travis Witkowski done. Ryan Johnson done. All drivers are finished. Terry Brown done. The race is completed.
Okay, 5-minute break.
Brent Edwards. Scott Hafner.
5-minute
Andrew
break,
Tuttle.
5-minute break. Later. Kevin. Cool. Oh, nice. That'll be fun. All right, you guys ready? It's not? I wasn't keeping track. I was just kind of going, close enough. Okay.
Jeremy Smedley.
Yes. Okay. Andrew, Matt, Scott, Brent, and Jeremy. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. We get Marshall out of the track. Marshall out of the track, please. Matt across the line. So again, it'll be Andrew, Matt, Scott, Brent, and Jeremy.
Matt Rigsby.
Okay, Marshall's out of the track. Marshall out of the track, please. Marshalls! If we could get some marshals out to the track, please, that would be great. 17.5 stock drivers. I can keep turning this up louder and louder. Especially since it's going right into Chris's face. You looking for something, Zach? Looking for something? All right, driver's ready, marshal's ready, on the tone. Here we go. Andrew with the strategic late start. David, you need something? Okay.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers
Scott
are Scott
goes to the
Hafner,
one.
Andrew Tuttle, and Brent Edwards. After 1 minute, 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Scott Hafner, Andrew Tuttle, and Brent Edwards.
I'm pretty sure Graydon drove it when I had it. All right, 2:45 on the clock.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Scott Hafner, Andrew Tuttle, and Brent Edwards.
Caution at the AE banner, caution at the AE banner.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Scott Hafner, Andrew
Scott's
Tuttle,
just
and
got to
Brent
keep it clean
Edwards.
for the next 2 minutes. He's got incredible straight line stability with that drag wing on the back.
After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Scott Hafner,
30.
Andrew Tuttle, and Brent Edwards.
Come on, Scott.
One minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Scott Hafner, Andrew Tuttle, and Brent Edwards.
Keep going, keep going. Scott looking to run away with this. 45 seconds on the clock.
45 seconds left.
Battle for the 2 spot. Brent playing a little dirty back there.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Scott Hafner, Andrew Tuttle, and Brent Edwards.
Brent taps out. 15 seconds
15
on the
seconds
clock.
left. Matt Rigsby done. Andrew Tuttle done. Scott Hafner done. Jeremy Smedley done. All drivers are finished. Brent Edwards done. The race is completed.
All right, Sportsman A2 is up. You almost had it.
Graydon Edwards. David Pyle. Todd Murray. Zach Marcinkiewicz. Woody Arthur.
All right, got checks from everyone. Let's go ahead and get lined up on the straightaway. Order's going to go David, Graydon, Todd, Woody, and Zach. Drivers ready? Drivers ready, marshals ready. We will go on the tone.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Todd Murray, and Zach Marcinkiewicz.
Brent. I didn't see anything. All right, great. Now in the 1, Zach in the 2, David in 3, Todd in the 4, Woody in the 5. Fast lap 12,
After
9 out of Graydon.
The top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Zach Marcinkiewicz, and David Pyle.
Caution at Chad, caution at Chad, caution at Chad. Caution at the Associated banner. Clear. Some good sportsmanship out of Zach there. That's how we like to race.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Todd Murray, and David Pyle. After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Todd Murray, and Zach Marcinkiewicz.
Caution at the A banner, caution at the A banner. Clear. Minute 30 on the clock.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, The top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Zach Marcinkiewicz, and David Pyle. One minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Zach Marcinkiewicz, and David Pyle. 45 seconds left.
Caution at the A banner, caution at the A banner.
"30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Zach Marcinkiewicz, and Todd Murray. "15 seconds left. Zach Marcinkiewicz done. Todd Murray done. David Pyle done. Graydon Edwards done. All drivers are finished. Woody Arthur done. The race is completed.
All right, drop the cars off, get right back out to Marshall. 13.5 short course is up. Or sorry, 13.5 four-wheel drive is up.
Vince Lim. Old guys rule. Terry Brown. Tail whip. Dan Jefferson. Ryan Johnson.
Caution straightaway, caution straightaway. Rob, are you going to make this one? Rob. One minute call for Rob.
Rob Hunter.
All right, order's going to go Dan, Eric, Ryan, Vince, Mike, Terry, and Rob. That's how you pronounce it, right, Rob? Okay, cool. All right, drivers ready. Marshall's ready. On the tone.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
Caution after Chad, caution after Chad. Caution straight away, caution straight away. Yeah, and then Grace called me this morning. She's like, yeah, I had a dream you left me. And then I'm like,
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Old Guys Rule, Dan
2:55
Jeppesen,
on the
and
clock.
Tail Whip.
But I'm also annoyed because I wanted to go shoot archery with her because I don't really have any friends to go do that and stuff. Well, I know you'll go, but I also want to hang out with like other people that aren't always the track people. But Grace is like, oh, so you're okay? So what if I went to hang out with a guy? I'm like, yeah, but you know I'm not gonna like I hang out with models and shit and don't do anything. Like I've never had a problem.
After 1 minute 30
2:30
seconds,
on the clock.
the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Ryan Johnson, and Tail Whip.
Yeah, because then that girl was texting me last night and we were talking.
She's going to go out now and she's going to try and do it. I know. Hey.
It wasn't intentional. I just went and got lunch. Huh?
2 minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Ryan Johnson, and Tail Whip.
$1:40 on the clock. Andrew, are you running or is Eric running? Okay. You want to call the next race? Brent, would you like to
After
call the
2
race?
minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Ryan Johnson, and Tail Whip.
Zach, would you like to RD a race? No? You think Graydon wants to? What? Why aren't you in the next one? Short course. Hey, Graydon, you want to
1
call a
minute
race?
left. After 3 minutes
sure?
1 second, the top drivers
Okay.
are Dan Jeppesen, Tail Whip,
It's a once
and
in a
Ryan
lifetime
Johnson.
opportunity. No. No. Otherwise, I'd do that.
45 seconds left.
Chris, would you like to call a race? Oh, yeah, never mind. Come on, Chris. David, you want to call a race? All right, right on. I will show you how to do
30
it.
seconds
And
left. After 3
we got
minutes
28
32
seconds on the clock.
the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Tail Whip, and Ryan Johnson.
It's incredibly exciting. We all can't wait to hear your thoughts about short course.
15 seconds left. Dan Jeppesen done. Rob Hunter done.
Okay.
Vince Lim done.
Cool.
Ryan Johnson done. All drivers are finished. Tail Whip done. The race is completed.
All right, David. Eric, let's get you across the line so I can get him set up with you in there. So essentially, once everyone checks in, they'll turn white.
Yep.
Okay, we'll get line. Just make sure everyone's lined up, and then you will press start race.
That's it.
That's it. And then when the race is over, you'll press end race.
All right.
But make sure everyone's checked in and lined up in the proper order.
All right.
I
That's
think
the
we'll
order.
Have, Eric go across because he's got to register for the race because he hasn't been running. And technically it's Andrew, but it's Andrew's car, Eric's driving.
So
Brent Edwards. Vince Lim.
which car is mixed up? Oh, he hasn't even been on there yet.
Andrew Tuttle.
There we go. So it's Eric instead of Andrew? I've run a few races.
Jeremy Becker. Carlo D. Todd Murray. Tail Whip. Chris Morrison. Lil Putton.
All right, everyone's checked in. You guys need the order? Order is Vince, Mike, Alex, Chris, Jeremy, Todd, Brent, Carlo, David, and Eric. Caution on the straight. All right, corner marshals ready. Drivers ready. Chaos ensues in less than 5. One lap in, we got Mike out front, followed by Andrew and then Alex. Chris not far behind. Brent, Carlo, Jeremy, Todd, Vince, and David.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Tail Whip, Andrew Tuttle, and Lil Puddin.
35 seconds down, Mike, Alex, and Andrew are the leaders.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Tail Whip, Lil Puddin, and Andrew Tuttle.
.110 down. Mike, Alex, and Andrew are the leaders. Vince just took the 4 spot, followed by Carlo, Chris, Jeremy, Brent, Todd, and David.
After 1 minute 30 seconds.
Caution on the banner, caution on the banner.
Tail Whip, Lil Puddin, and Andrew Tuttle.
Clear. 1.5 down, 2.5 remaining. Mike, Alex, and Andrew are your leaders. Chris just barely behind Vince for the 4 spot. Two minutes down, 2 minutes remaining.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Tail Whip, Andrew Tuttle, and Lil Puddin.
.13.5 4-wheel buggy should be staging. Two and a half down, 1.5 remaining. Mike, Andrew, Alex still the leader. Followed by Vince, Chris,
After 2
Jeremy,
minutes,
Brent,
30 seconds,
Carlo, Todd,
the top
and
drivers
David.
are Tail Whip, Andrew Tuttle, and Lil Puddin.
Vince is very close to that 3 spot. Three minutes down, 1 minute remaining.
1 minute
Mike,
left.
Andrew,
After 3
Alex,
minutes,
the
1
leaders.
second. The top
Followed
drivers are
very
Tail
closely
Whip,
by
Andrew
Vince.
Tuttle, and Lil Puddin.
Jeremy, Chris, Brent, Todd, Carlo, and David.
.45 seconds left.
And Vince takes the 3 spot. 39 seconds left.
After
left.
3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers
Caution
are Tail
on
Whip,
Karen.
Andrew Tuttle, and Vince Lim.
Clear. 20 seconds remaining, 20 seconds remaining.
15 seconds left.
Caution on the banner. That's
Lim
time.
done.
Race them to the line, drivers.
Lil
Race
Puddin
them to
done.
the line.
Brent Edwards done. Todd Murray done. Tail Whip done. Andrew Tuttle done.
Woo.
Jeremy
Good
Becker
race.
done. All drivers are finished. Carlo D done.
Vince, Alex, and Mike on the podium.
The race is completed.
Andrew, that's the closest battle I've had with you in a long time.
I know. And that wasn't even last.
All right, 13-5 stadium truck is up.
I think everyone should have to tail whip every lap count.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun. I need one more marshal in the middle. If I get one more marshal to the middle, please.
Dan Jefferson. Tail whip.
Thank you, Todd. All right, let's go
guys
ahead and get
rule.
lined up. I got two more after this. All right, it's going to go Dan, Eric, and Mike. All right. Driver's ready. On the tone.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Old Guys Rule. After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Old Guys Rule. After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
Huh?
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
I were going down the straightaway, and I was like, "Oh, dude, he's gonna fucking do something." I was like, "It's Eric. I don't give a shit. It's gonna be funny." He fucking just goes, my car just flips and barrel rolls and slides all the way down the straightaway. I'm like, "Oh, that was awesome." That's what I like about like racing with fast short course guys on a race that like this, where no one gives a shit, because we're all just like we're battling really tight, but we don't give a fuck.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
Not gonna fuck something up. Car doesn't cost that much. You're just like balls to the wall the entire time. And if you do a sick barrel roll, like
45 seconds left.
when someone else jumped over someone, like it's just stupid racing. tune that motor. I just took it out of the box and put it in the car.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Old Guys Rule, and Tail Whip.
What are you geared at? Yeah, that's what I'm at. I have plenty of teeth for this.
15 seconds left.
But my motor's, it's a spicy motor, so. 10 seconds.
Old Guys Rule done. Dan Jeppesen done. All drivers are finished. Tail Whip done. The race is completed.
All right, two-wheel drive B main is up. Also, if you were a short course driver, you are out to the track to marshal. What I should have done is I should have given Dan my truck so you guys could have. That would have been better.
Rob Hunter.
Dude, that was so much fun.
Josh Cody. Jeremy Becker. Yoder. Todd Powell. Chris Morrison.
All right, got checks on here. Where are my marshals? Marshals. You're gonna need some volunteers for this. Order's gonna go Chris, Rob, Todd, Josh, Jeremy, and Matt. Again, if we get some volunteer marshals for this. Thank you, Eric. All right, drivers ready. Marshall's ready on the tone. Here. Andrew, can you get the middle? Drivers ready, Marshall's ready on the tone. What? I can't hear anything you are saying. Yep. Aw, that's so sweet of you, Dan. Oh, maybe not. 3:30 on the clock. Chris leading us around. Todd on the
After
2.
30 seconds.
Josh in 3. Jeremy in the 4. Rob in the 5. Matt goes in the 5. Rob in the 6.
Cody.
Can I get something for you? You showed up late for racing, dude.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Chris Morrison, Josh Cody, and Yoder.
What's that? I would have loaned him a wing mount if he needed one. I also don't know how you break a wing mount, but it's like one of those parts you never break. 2:30 on the clock.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Chris Morrison, Josh Cody, and Todd Powell.
I've been rear-ended plenty of times, never broke a wing mount. Yeah. Typically, the front bumper will go into... Caution A banner, caution A banner. What?
After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Josh Cody,
Caution straight
Chris
away.
Morrison, and Yoder.
Clear. Chris so far the only one moving up to the 2 overall right now.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Chris Morrison, Josh Cody, and Yoder.
Caution at the AE banner, caution at the AE banner. Stay inside, stay inside, stay inside. Clear.
One minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Chris Morrison, Josh Cody, and Todd Powell. "45 seconds left.
"35 seconds.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Chris Morrison, Todd Powell, and Rob Hunter. "15 seconds left.
Caution getting on the straight, caution getting on the straight. 10 seconds on the clock.
Todd Powell done. Jeremy Becker done. Chris Morrison done. Yoder done. Rob Hunter done. All drivers are finished. Josh Cody done. The race is completed.
All right, last race of the night. Two-wheel drive stock buggy. Looking forward, Dan, Vince.
Travis
looks like Travis
Witkowski.
left. Oh, Travis is here. I didn't see you. I think everyone is here minus Kevin.
Vince Lim.
Let me get this started and then I'll come get you.
Dan Jefferson.
That's fine.
Terry Brown. Tail Whip. Ryan Johnson.
All right, got checks on everyone. Let's go ahead and get lined up on the straightaway. Ryan's got that DRS wing going on. Extra drag reduction. It reduces weight as the race goes on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like an oval setup. You know, the arrow's better on one side than the other. All right, drivers ready. Marshall's ready on the tone. Here we go.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince Lim, and Travis Witkowski. After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince Lim, and Terry Brown.
So Dan out in the 1, Mike in the 2, Terry in the 3, Vince in the 4. Come on, Mike. You got this.
After 1 minute 30
Terry and
seconds,
Vince tap
the top
out.
drivers are
Caution
Dan
at the A
Jefferson,
banner.
Tail
Caution
Whip,
at the
and
A
Terry
banner.
Brown. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim.
.130 on the clock.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Travis Witkowski.
Oh boy. Ryan's about to have the fastest
1
car
minute
down the
left.
straightaway.
After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Travis Witkowski. .45 seconds left. .30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim. .15 seconds left. Travis Witkowski done. Dan Jefferson done. Vince Lim done. Terry Brown done. Tail Whip done.
That was an interesting
All drivers
finish.
are finished.